any churchyard.
Why are all the graves so old? Except that one.
Oh my God! Oh! James! What's the matter?
Oh, Harry.
Oh!
I knew there was something about that rabbit.
Growing Pains, our Hammer House of Horrors, Saturday at 9:15.
There was a time when motorists had to change their oil with the seasons. One oil for easier starting in winter, another for hot running protection in the summer. We thought, why not give complete protection all the year round in just one oil? So we invented it, the world's first multigrade. But that was nearly 30 years ago. Now, with the workload of an engine much heavier and motoring costs much higher, you need even better protection, and petrol economy as well. Esso Superlube, the striped protector. Saves wear, saves petrol, saves money.
A bank should do more than help you save. It should help you shop. If your shopping would be easier with a check account, a trust card, or even a loan, ask the TSB. If we can help, we like to say yes.
In the 70s, it used to take half a day to clean a carpet. Now it takes about half an hour with new Dry Magic. Dry Magic is a unique powder you sprinkle on and brush in. Then, after 30 minutes, vacuum your carpet clean, whether you clean the whole carpet or just those heavy traffic areas. So, goodbye 70s.
Get your carpet spring clean as often as you need, because it's quick, easy and dry. Dry Magic, quick, easy and dry.
Unfortunately, Edward cannot be with us today, but he's worried about these vitamins and iron in our Rice Krispies. We all saw the Rice Krispies in the maths teacher's shopping bag. These vitamins are encouraging grown-ups to eat our snack, crackle and pop.
Where have you been, Edward? Oh, just writing. I must not hide the maths teacher's Rice Krispies 100 times.
He's so brave, so fearless.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Have you heard about the vitamins?
Introducing Miss Piggy Superstar. In an exclusive interview with TV Times, she reveals why she's irresistible. Read what she thinks about her so-called glamorous rivals and why she wishes Roger Moore was green. Also, Rodney Bewes tells how he became a father 3 times in one day. Be a star host like Anita Harris, and you could share £10,000 worth of prizes. All this plus your 7-day ITV program guide in this week's Revealing TV Times.
It is now only 3 days before polling closes in the West German general election, and a cross-channel unit was there, following Chancellor Schmidt in action against his extraordinary political opponent, Christian Socialist leader Franz Joseph Strauss. But what is the appeal of Schmidt's challenger, who makes a positive virtue of the ancient German traditions of rowdy meetings, backslapping, and all-day drinking bouts? Could he really be the next leader of Germany? Find out tonight at 10:35 in Cross Channel.
And following Cross Channel, our musical special features a ladies' night. Your hostess for the evening is Anne-Marie, and she's joined by Charity Brown and Lisa Hart. Then after that, at midnight, What the Papers Say, and the journalist this week is Brian Askew from the Lancashire Evening Post. That's What the Papers Say, 12 o'clock, and those are your programmes for the rest of the evening here on Southern. You're watching Southern Television. Time for the news at 10.
The news from Blackpool is Labour stays split. It must have a special conference to settle the leadership. Mr. Callaghan says, I'm not teasing, I have a responsibility to the party. And he says he wouldn't like Mr. Tony Benn as leader.
And tonight's other news, the Gulf War, how the Iraqi advance is stalled. RAF helicopter winches 22 from burning ship. And what happened to the sailor in the barrel?
Good evening. The Labour Party will have a special conference in January to decide how to elect its next leader. It turned down today a national executive scheme for an electoral system giving the trade unions 40% of the vote, constituency parties 30%, and Labour MPs, who up to now have elected all leaders themselves, 30% too. That was beaten by 675,000 votes out of 7 million, chiefly because many big unions said they needed time to consult their members. Mr. Callaghan is under increasing pressure tonight to stay on as leader until things are settled. He's still not committing himself, though he did tell the conference he knew he had a constitutional responsibility to do the right thing. He told ITN he would not advise the party to vote for Mr. Benn. There appears to be an understanding between Mr. Callaghan and some of the big unions about what happens next. The General and Municipal Workers General Secretary, Mr. David Basnet, said he felt that Labour's next permanent leader should be elected under the new, wider voting system. And Mr. Callaghan reminded the conference and everyone else that neither the party nor he was dead.
Madam Chairman, if there's one thing that's clear about this conference is that the Labour Party isn't dead, it's very much alive. And however much you may wish me dead, I'm alive and I'm kicking too. But let me say this, because I want no accusations of bad faith or of being people twisting. We do have standing orders, and those standing orders provide, in the Parliamentary Labour Party, I'm quoting from them, that elections are to be held at the commencement of or immediately before each session as may be found convenient. Now that is an instruction, and the Parliamentary Labour Party must carry that out. Having explained that constitutional position, let me go on to say that if this emergency resolution is carried, then I think the Parliamentary Labour Party must act on the assumption that the conference, the new conference, will want to make some arrangements, and therefore that anybody they elect, whoever it may be, and I'm not teasing anybody, I reckon I have a constitutional responsibility to do what's best for this party, and that means at the end of this session.
Chairman, there is now no argument on the next emergency, which I hope you consider, says this: there's now no argument about the wider franchise for the election of a leader. But let me say again that that extended franchise should be considered properly. And at the same time, we should say two things. And I think we should say them seriously and consider them seriously. That the next leader of the party, the next permanent leader of the party, should be elected by that means. And no permanent change should be made until that is done.
The debate was short and sharp even for the Labour Party. Big Union disagreed with Big Union, MP with MP. And Mr. Andrew Foulds' microphone was even switched off when he tried to attack Mr. Benn. They all meant business.
The